Hi everyone, so today I'm going to take you through my full foundation routine. So I don't get to do this very often. Obviously it's difficult with Ashton. I usually do it if I wake up in the morning before him and I'm going to work, or if I'm home on the weekends and I've got an event or something on and Brendan's here to help me out and watch Ashton while I put on my makeup. Firstly, what I do is, as you may have seen in my skincare routine video, is I moisturize and make sure you always use an eye cream. So what that'll do is help moisturize the skin around your eyes and prevent little fine wrinkles. Once I've done that, I then apply a base, which is the one that I'm using at the moment. Is I don't know whether you can see that, it's L'Oreal Base Magique. It's fairly inexpensive. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but just get a little bit on your finger and I just sort of rub it between my fingers, just kind of warm it up, and then sort of pat it around my face and then kind of just rub it all in, spread it around. This stuff makes your skin feel like velvet. I swear, it really makes your skin feel beautiful, and it makes your makeup glide on really lovely and smoothly. So I noticed a huge difference in the appearance of my makeup when I started using a primer, which was only like a few months ago, and I'll never go back to wearing makeup without a primer on first, because it just does not work for me, for my skin. It tends to look all dry and powdery, which I don't like. I just like it to look really natural and unnoticeable. Okay, so that's my primer done. Make sure you get it all sort of on your eyes and your eyebrows, everywhere, just like completely cover your face in it. Next, I did promise that I'd do an Illamasqua tutorial, so I thought I'll get out my Illamasqua Liquid Light Foundation in the colour LF150. I don't know what that means, but that's my colour, so that's that one there. This is the one that I bought in the Boxing Day sales. So I just get that, put a little bit on my hand, just like so, like this. And I get my foundation brush. I did use it yesterday. I should have cleaned it. I'm a bit slack with cleaning my brushes, but yeah. Don't yell at me. Alright. So just sort of paint that on your face, just like so. If you're using one of these flat foundation brushes, what I like to do, and I'll show you that step next, is get a little kabuki brush after and just buff it out a little bit, because I like to just sort of paint it on, and when you do that, you get heaps of brush strokes in it, which don't look very attractive at all. Now this is a nice light foundation, which is what I like, and particularly here in Australia in summer, I hate wearing foundation on the really hot days, and so this is really like the only one that I've ever sort of tried. I have tried a few of the thicker ones, and I've never really liked foundation, and to be honest with you, I haven't really worn it until kind of this year. Because of that fact, I just thought that all foundations were the same. They were all really heavy, and then I started trying some lighter foundations. So I don't know whether you can tell how much brush stroke sort of effect there is in that, but there's heaps. But that's okay, because we're going to fix that. All I wanted to do was just make sure I had coverage in the areas that I wanted coverage, and that's really sort of on my nose, because I've got a lot of freckles on my nose, and on my forehead I've got a lot of freckles there, and sort of under on my cheeks. This is the little kabuki brush that I use. I call it a kabuki brush. I guess it is. But this is actually a really cute brush. It's dense and it's really soft, so it works really well as like a foundation buffing brush. So what I'm going to do is I'll just get my fluffy hairs out of the way and just sort of all over your face, or all over my face rather. I just like to sort of bring blend the foundation kind of into my hairline, and this way, because there's no product on this brush, you're not actually sweeping excess product into your hair. You're really just buffing out any line that might be around your hairline. And then the same thing around by your ears and around under your chin. And then what I just do is just sort of sweep this over your face in the direction of the hairs on your face, just to get rid of any brush strokes that might be there. Over your eyebrows as well. This does actually rub some of it off, but for me, I don't mind that. I don't like too much foundation. I just like a really light coverage, just to sort of even out my skin tone. Will be to find a lip exfoliator. So if you guys know anything about them, please let me know down below and give me some information that I can go by. Okay, so now what I do is use my Inglot concealer. I like to buy concealers probably one shade lighter than my foundation, because when I put it under my eyes, I really like that brightened look under my eyes. I just think it helps hide my dark circles from sleepless baby-filled nights. Okay. I gotta stop pulling funny faces when I do this too, and I'm just sort of patting this on. What I've done is I've put a little bit on my hand, taken it with a, I don't know, I think it's called a concealer brush, Inglot 22T, whatever, and just sort of pat it right where the dark circle is, and then bring it out under my eye. I do find it a lot easier just to sort of blend it with your finger. So then you just want to take a little bit more concealer and just dab it on any blemishes or spots that you might have on your face that you want to cover up. Boom, boom, boom. Now I get my what is this? Inglot. Whoa. Inglot Eye Base. Ta-da! In that colour. 01. There we go. I did it! And as far as eye base goes, I mean, I used to use my concealer brush to apply it, but I find that it's just so much easier just to stick it on your ring finger again, because you're dealing with your eye area, and just sort of pat it on. Just like that. Mine's a bit melted today because it's pretty warm. It's above 30 degrees in Melbourne today. So it's 30 degrees Celsius for all you international viewers. And the other eye, just pat it on. Pat it on all over the eyelid. Now I've actually put concealer under my eye already, so I probably don't need to put any under my eye. If I wasn't wearing makeup, if I wasn't wearing foundation, rather, what I would do is still put on eye base, because this stuff is like liquid gold. I love it. I wouldn't go without it ever if I'm wearing eyeshadow, because it just stops the eyeshadow from cracking. Like, I don't know, my skin might be a bit greasy or something around my eyes, and if I don't wear an eye makeup base, by the end of the day I basically just have a big line, because I have fairly deep folds in my eyes, so it just sort of all rubs off, and yeah, it's not pretty. So I've put all of the liquid things on my eyes, all of the liquid things on my face, and then what we need to do is set that with a powder. So you get your, just do a little dabby and just sort of, I just like to sort of pat it on. I generally just start at the top, all over, and work my way down.
So here's what I do, just go pop pop, get a tiny little bit of product on there,
I'll just have a quick look over my face to make sure I've sort of covered everything. And once I have covered everything, what I generally do is just do a quick one last dust off. In I'm doing this really, really lightly and gently, by the way. You just sort of want to remove any excess. Little, you know, if you've sort of patted it too hard in one spot and you've got a little bit of excess powder on there, just sort of really, really softly blending it down. So I thought I'd also chuck in at the end of this video some bronzing. It was a hair the whole time. I had that itch on the side of my nose. It was a tiny little hair. Okay, got it. We're all happy now. So to finish off the Illamasqua involved foundation routine, because I did say that I was going to do it and now I've done it, I'm going to chuck on some of the Illamasqua bronzing duo, which I have just absolutely fallen in love with. I love this. This is one of the best products that I've bought in a long time, and that's what it looks like. So it's got like a really nice shimmery side and a slightly darker, more bronze side. So what I do first is just sort of get my brush and do a really light swirl over the whole thing. And when I do that, I'm not turning the brush at all. So what I'm actually doing is coating one side with the darker colour, I don't know whether you can see that, and one side with the shimmer colour. To me it looks like you can only see the shimmer colour. Anyway, what I do is I actually keep the darker colour in my contour and then have the shimmer colour slightly up. So what it's going to do is sort of do two things in at once and give me a little bit of illumination in my blush zone, but also do a bit of a contour at the same time. So I just sort of I just realised that I pull really weird faces when I'm doing this. Anyway, I don't have really easily seen cheekbones, so I have to pull all sorts of weird faces to find my contour line. But if I just sort of, generally speaking, if you draw a line from sort of just under your temple and between your ear and down to the corner of your mouth, and then you just follow that line, that's going to give you a good contour. And then you just sort of bring it up onto your temple and give it a little bit of a buff around. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Beautiful. So it's just a nice, really subtle sort of look. Do the same thing with the other side. Okay, there we go. Let's give it a bit of a blend. Ta-da! So then what I've been doing is getting this pearly side and putting a little bit of that on my brush and then sort of putting it in your T-zone where you can do a bit of bronzing, or you can do a bit of sort of an illumination effect. And this is kind of in between. I've got a bit of a... The washing's ready. I should go get that. No. Okay, anyway, let's finish here first, I think. So this is the finished look of my foundation. Da, 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 da. I have tried to match it to my body colour. I don't know how it sort of translates on film. I don't know. That's sort of my tan bit. That's my not tan bit. I'll try. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks relatively natural and I'm happy with it. So that's that. Okay, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, sweet as. Bye.